First up, some of the themes of the summer solstice are abundance, growth, fertility, warmth, light. It's also a time where you may have heightened psychic ability, and it is a time of creativity. So these are all some things you may want to keep in mind when you're deciding how to honor this year's summer solstice / midsummer season. The colors associated with this time are gold, yellow, white, green, red, and orange, which you can think of really symbolizing that light. You may want to incorporate these colors into any sort of altar or celebratory space that you may create for the summer solstice / midsummer / Litha. Next up, the animals that are associated with this time are the bee, the bull, the butterfly, eagles, and cows. Now on to the ideas. First up, if you can on the summer solstice or any time around it, you may want to wake up early to greet the sun as it rises, welcoming it as it has its, the biggest strength that it has during the year in the sky. Another idea associated with this is you may want to look up how many hours of light you have during the summer solstice and then do a sun salutation for each hour that the sun is in the sky. You could either do this collectively at the beginning when the sun is rising, do all those sun salutations, or you may want to maybe do one sun salutation per hour that there's sunlight, depending on the circumstances you are in and if you are able to do that. Next up, the summer solstice is very much associated with warmth and light, so if it's available to you, you may want to make a bonfire and invite some friends over to celebrate this time and the sun and warmth and light around it. But if you don't have a yard or it's not something that you can do in your community or is available to you, you can also just simply light a candle or a few candles at home and gather around a table with friends with the lights of those candles representing the fire and the light in the sky. And lastly, another alternative to this is you may even just want to put on YouTube. There may be there's videos that just show a bonfire going. You can have that on in the background as you gather with friends. So there's a variety of ways that you can really tune into the fireside of this time and the festival without necessarily having to make a bonfire yourself too. If you're able to, you may want to host a potluck summer dinner and invite some friends and family over and everyone to bring a dish that represents summer to them and enjoy this summer season and kicking it off with the company of friends and family with some laughter, maybe some singing, and if you're able to, this may be the time you want to have your bonfire, whether it be in person or with candles or as again on a screen in the background. As I mentioned at the top of the video, this is a time where you may feel you have some heightened psychic abilities, so it's a wonderful time to do a summer solstice tarot spread. I have a video that shares a spread you may want to try, or you may just want to come up with your own tarot spread or do whichever one that you most like to really tune into what's going on during this summer season. Celebrate the length of the day. So you really want to try to spend as much time as you can outside during one of the days of that week that the summer solstice takes place in to really celebrate the length of time that the sun is in the sky. And yes, while each day after the summer solstice it's in the sky a little less time, it's still very strong in the sky for, all that time that sort of surrounds the summer solstice. So why not celebrate it and celebrate the summer season that you have by spending time outside. You may want to do some meditations outside or some prayers outside, or even just sit quietly to hear The breezes rustle in the grass and the birds in the sky, just really taking in the sensory experience of summer. Also leaning into that heightened sense of psychic ability is you may want to make a dream pillow or even just put one of the herbs that are listed under your pillow to have a heightened dream and have messages through your dream. Why not lean into the midsummer season by truly having a midsummer night's dream? Make sure to keep your journal by you so that you can write down the dreams that you're having at this time. And lastly, why not tune into the creativity of this time and read some summer poetry. You may want to read it aloud with your friends or your family or with whoever your housemates may be, or quietly read it to yourself, just tuning into the creativity that happens to be around at this season and really helping it open your eyes to the wonders of this summer season. Since the summer solstice midsummer season is upon us, I thought I would once again share this summer solstice tarot spread that I like to do that really lets us tap into what's going on during this season. So as you can see, I like to put the cards out in a circle because it's all about celebrating and honoring the sun. And in the middle, I like to have the sun card flipped over. This tarot spread is all about looking at what's illuminated in our lives and also taking a look at what we may be ignoring or what may be in the shadows at this time. So the card that's number 1 that's closest to you is the card that allows you to see what is illuminated at this time. What is it that I am currently sharing with the world? Then in a counterclockwise manner, we move to card 2 that allows us to see what is beginning to bloom at this time. What are we beginning to learn and beginning to share? Then next is card number 3 that is looking at what is it that I need to bring attention to? What may be in the shadows or something that I'm ignoring at this time? And then lastly, card number 4 is a message that the sun may be sharing with us at this time. And you can read this as, something else you may need to bring more illumination to, or maybe it's just something that really fits into the rest of the reading. What's the advice that the sun is giving you that pertains to the other cards? When you are looking at the cards, you may first just want to really take in the message that you see from the pictures that are being presented. And then if you have any books, or you can always go to the internet, you may want to see what some of the symbols mean and what the card is sharing with you. This layout allows me to just see what's going on in my life at this time. What do I need to bring more attention to? And at the same time, I think it's a nice way to honor the summer solstice, the power of the sun by having a spread that is in a circle shape and allows that sun to be in the middle to show us what light is shining onto in our lives and where we may need to bring some more light. So I hope this spread either inspired you to try it out for yourself or maybe inspired you to come up with your own summer solstice / Litha tarot spread that works best for you.